Good. Good.
When you switch, when the schedule switches to 2 games in one day, how much does that change in your approach, knowing that it's just not going to just be 1 game a day?
It doesn't really change anything from a mentality standpoint. We're ready to go, whatever the circumstances are. So, and we knew looking at the weather ahead that there was a chance for something funky to happen this weekend. But regardless, we're just taking it one day at a time, whatever the day calls for. If it calls for 1 game, 1 game. If it calls for 3 games, 3 games, whatever it is. So, it doesn't change much.
And how important is that, 45 minutes break between 1 game and the other, just to keep your body loose or recovering from the first game?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I think, honestly, my personal opinion, the longer the break, the tighter you get. So I honestly sometimes wish we just roll straight into a doubleheader because your body's loose and everything. But it can be good whether, the first game went well, went bad. Either way, you kind of got to forget about it, stay neutral, and just use that time to get back focused and everything. But, again, it doesn't make too big of a difference.
Personally, how far are you looking to get back on the field? I know you're going to get a bulk of the reps this year. I was looking at the numbers from last year, like the last month of the season. At that Ole Miss game forward, you're like 79 points higher in your batting average, cut down the strikeouts, so getting play every day, carrying that momentum. I guess you're going to be excited to get out there and get the reps.
Yeah, absolutely. I think, last year had its ups and downs for sure. I knew that I knew that last year wasn't my best showing, especially at the plate and everything. So I've been itching to get back after it and to just to prove I got that in me. And so yeah, absolutely, it's exciting to get back to it and look forward to just kind of contributing at all facets of the field this year.
How's it been handling all the new guys on staff this year?
It's been fun.
Yeah.
They've been a blessing to catch. I love working with them, and it's fun. Yeah, they make my job pretty easy sometimes, so it's good.
Why do you think a lot of you and your teammates wanted to come back after, first year with Coach Riser, obviously not having the success that you guys wanted to see on the field?
I think that it's, the success wasn't where we wanted to be at the end of the season, just from like a sheer record standpoint and everything. But the bulk of the players, especially all the ones coming back, obviously, they see what Skip sees. They see what he envisions. And last year was just kind of a taste of it, and you got to see that he doesn't just talk about things, he acts them out. And everything that he says he expects of us, he really does, and we expect the same thing for ourselves. And I think just kind of realizing that it's legit, what he wants to do here is real, and it's very achievable, especially with the group of guys that we have here. I think that just makes everyone want to come back. So,
is it difficult in this day and age, you can go to a program each and every year, and you might have a different coach that comes into a program. When you say, he's real, what he's saying and he's put into action, how reassuring is that to be under somebody's leadership like that?
It's very reassuring. It's, that can be a rare thing nowadays, especially in this world of college baseball. And like you said, with transfer portal and people jumping around, it's hard to tell sometimes what's real. People will say things just to maybe get you on the team or whatever it is. And but he's never been anything other than a straight shooter. He tells you like it is. He tells you what he thinks, and everyone respects him for that. And I think that's a reason that he's able to get a lot of people to come here, keep a lot of returners, is because there's just a very high level of respect for him and the way he goes about his business, the way he treats us. Just treats us very professionally, and that goes a very long way. So,
roster turnover is a little bit more frequent now than it was maybe when you were first coming into college. So, just for you, how have you handled just the constant change in rosters, even though you stayed put?
Well, it's funny because I've stayed put. So in the sense, I've stayed in the 901 for all 4 years of my college career. But this was the first fall that I've come back to the same head coach. So in a sense, it was like I transferred 3 times. I had a different head coach freshman, sophomore, and junior year. So it was almost like all these guys coming in, transferring, and they're like, I'm on my 3rd team now, 2nd team. I feel like I'm on my 3rd team, just with all the turnover. And it's an exciting thing. I wouldn't change anything the way it's been. I think each year's had its own blessings. Each year, learned new things, been taught new things, different opportunities, and met a lot of great people along the way. So, I wouldn't change a thing the way it's gone.
You said coach is very professional, so it's just like the last few days you're gonna have this, or?
No, we. Usually, that's more of a fall thing where we kind of have to earn that, and prove. That's usually whether it's an academic thing, whatever it is, to earn the whole facial hair thing. But we went through a pretty intense hell week, I guess you could say, to start the year, and I think we started off on the right foot with him and everything. So I think he was a little more relaxed with it, and I think he honestly really likes his beard, and I don't think he wanted to lose his. So.
It's a long season, but it's always special to garner that opening day start.
For sure. It's, of course, a long year. So just taking it one game at a time and, doing my job and putting my team in a good position. And the rest will take care of itself.
How are the pitchers handling the switch to 2 games in one day? Just, knowing that you're going to have to pitch for 2 games.
Right. It's just, it's different, something we're not used to. But just ultimately taking it again, one game at a time, and at the end of the day, doing your job, and the rest will take care of itself. Not rushing into anything.
Seth, it's gonna be cold, so how you guys prepare and keep the body warm throughout all of that?
Skip has told us to do whatever it takes to stay warm, whether you got to go in the mudroom in between innings, pitchers putting a jacket on, heating pad. But ultimately, just being tougher than the other team, just staying warm. It's all mental.
I like having that added depth in the middle of the bullpen. Obviously, as a starter, you want to go as long as you can, but you don't, if things aren't going right, you don't have to try to stretch that extra inning.
Right. It's a relief off your shoulders for sure, knowing you got guys in the bullpen that are going to come in. And if you leave guys on the bases, you're going to clean it up for you. So makes me feel a little bit better as a starter. I would say this is the best team chemistry that I've ever been a part of on this team. It's like we all have the same personality, same mindset, so it's cool. Just being a part of this team for sure.
Well, not only just the opening day, the first game start, you're going to face a team that was 1 game away from the Super Regional, so you get a good challenge Friday afternoon. Yeah,
for sure. They're a good club. I'm loving the challenge. I'm up for the challenge, and I love to start off the season against a good program and just to see where we're at as a team as well.
What makes this team be the one that you feel has the most chemistry? Just what about this roster made you say that?
I would say it's like the characteristics of the guys. We all just clicked right off the bat. It's we all have fun together. We all talk about the same things, love doing the same things, love being here. That's the main thing. All the guys love being at the field, and that makes it more enjoyable to be a part of this team. So that's the main thing.
And if you looking at the work that you guys did in the training camp, what would you say was the biggest growth of the team, heading into this first game?
Biggest growth was just understanding what our goal is. And all buying into it, and that's obviously make it to Omaha. But it's to win each day, and it's not looking at the big picture every day. It's taking it one day at a time, and that's what the guys they bought into, and I think that's the biggest growth we've had, and it shows.
There, just being on the rocks list. Just what does that mean to you, and just the recognition that you're getting off of that?
It's awesome. It's a great accomplishment. I'm very grateful, but at the same time, I can't get too caught up in that because we're so close to the season. Right now, my focus on is going out there and giving my team the best shot to win.
As that slide, I heard I was talking to Coach last week on your secondary, your slider. He said it's really improved. How's it coming along?
Yeah, last year I really was very fastball heavy, and we saw towards the end of the year that teams knew that and started hitting around a little bit. So during the fall and during these early inter squads, I've really been focusing on getting better with my secondary, like you said, and just really trying to improve the command on that.
How do you feel that has went for you in terms of going through that work and being on the other side? How much do you think you've improved in that?
I think I've really improved in that. The fall I really focused on that. With the coaches' help, they really helped me through all of that, and I just feel like it's getting way better and continuing to get better.
And then how much more important will it be with this doubleheader and a game, on a day that's expected to be cold, to just keep your body loose and warm? Yeah,
it's very important. I have a routine that I like to do every game. It keeps me warm, keeps me in the game. It's going to really come in factor when it's cold this Friday, but it's going to be a long day, but we're ready to get after it.
What's the routine?
I go down the 5th inning. Really, it's a very long routine. It's kind of too long to explain, but I start in the 5th inning, and then by the 9th inning, I'm ready to go. So,
They built depth in the middle of the bullpen, but Coach also said y'all had other options too, so you might not have to, try to close 4 times a week this year. Some closers this year. Tell me a little about the depth, some of the new guys you got.
Oh, I mean, our bullpen this year is fantastic. We have so many bits and pieces that, we can go different matchups. Like you said, I won't have to come in every game if they need me, but yeah, I mean, I'm very confident in our bullpen this year.
What was one of the reasons that you wanted to stay here in Memphis? Obviously, being back close to home, but can you just talk about like the culture that's been built here?
I mean, I knew since day one that Coach Reiser was the dude. He's built this in the 2 years, or not even 2 full years he's been here. He's built this culture like unreal, and I still want to be a part of that. I want to be a part of it as long as I can be. Sadly, I'm a senior this year, but for the guys coming in, he's built this thing up, and it's awesome. I love being here.
Thanks, Brayden.
Thank you.
Thank y'all.